rather be a part of 1% of an idea that became successful than have 100% of something that never took off.
Right now, it's 6 business growth. One age group is tapping into the process of entrepreneurship. California's Silicon Valley is home to the most startup tech companies in the country, but in recent years, following the recession, many cities in Pennsylvania are seeing a growth in people starting their own businesses.
Yeah, and young people are taking advantage of the opportunity. First News anchor Abby Schrader shows us how millennials are changing the world of entrepreneurship.
Millennials are the people born between the years 1980 and 2000. Recent studies show nearly a third of them have started a business of some type, and almost half plan to do that in the next 3 years.
They were born in the technology age, so they look at technology very differently than, I do. It's more, well, what can I do to make things better? And I have it in myself to bring about this innovative change.
Kataki Desai is the executive director at the East Center at Linden Point in Hermitage. It's a business incubator that helps startups in the early stages. She says there's really been a change in workforce development. Things like manufacturing and 9-to-5 jobs are becoming few and far between. And that's why entrepreneurship is key.
There's a statistic there that kind of says that by 2025 or something, 75% of the jobs are not going to look like they do today. Because a lot of people are going to find their own career and find their own field.
And in recent years, it's been the millennials really taking control of the startup industry and being their own bosses. And there's one that I talked to right inside these doors who has a very unique and successful business.
What I do is I now work internationally with different mines around the world and manufacturing companies doing wholesale and retail of crystals, minerals, and fossils, those types of things.
Mark Rossi started his company, Earthbound Crystals, about 3 years ago, when he was just 17 years old. And he credits places like the East Center to making not only himself, but the area grow successfully in the startup industry.
And there's just such an amazing community for it, just to support people and, taking on new ventures and trying new things within the entrepreneurial world here.
And as for this area being right between Cleveland and Pittsburgh, Desai says there's a mentality of being resilient and getting more people back to work, giving the area the chance to compete with places like the Silicon Valley. But she has some advice for those who are wanting to be part of a startup.
Just an idea by itself is not going to go anywhere. In fact, an idea by itself has no value. If you really want to be successful, you have to take that idea and implement it.
In Hermitage, Abby Schrader, WKBN 27 First News.
If you have an idea for a startup business, the E-Center is holding its second annual Startup Weekend in March. You'll be able to learn from experts on ways to create and pitch your business plan. You can find more information about the Startup Weekend and what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur inside this story on WKBN.com or the WKBN app.